Like literally, it's like you start your working day, like 8, 9, and then he would come home at like 1,
Yeah.
and it's like we have lunch, and it's like cool, everyone go nap.
Yes.
Like it's literally you stop, and it kind of coincided with like Taji. Taji used to nap.
Yeah.
We used to go sleep at like 2 p.m. I went, what? But it made sense. It made sense. Nap, and that was till what, like 4:35.
Yeah, because he had to leave to go back to work.
And then he'd go back to work
until about 8 o'clock.
And then 8, 9.
Yeah.
Going up to 10 is when we'd have dinner.
Yeah.
Hey family, welcome back. It's Shanique.
And I'm AJ.
And we're FroFamilyTravels, and today we're talking about our experiences living in Spain. I guess now you probably hear a lot of our experiences of living in Mexico because that's where we are for the time being. But we didn't do YouTube at the beginning of our journey, and I thought it would be cool to go back over many of the countries that we've stayed in when we were on our journey as digital nomads, and just kind of recap and break them down for you, because we get asked about all of the countries. And Spain, I believe, is one of our favourites.
Yeah.
So it'd be good to share a little bit more information with you on that.
Yeah.
All right.
You want to kick yourself?
Sure. So the first question I've got is, why did we choose Spain? And I guess especially I asked that because it was our first country. So how did we land upon Spain being country number 1 on our global citizen journey?
So to the logical ones out there who are dreaming, who desire to move abroad, when we were in the UK, we knew that we were saving, and we were saving to pay off debt, and also saving to have some cushion. Now, I love to dream, and I believe things will work out for us. However, I like to plan as well. My first thought was, how do we sustain this life? And also, what is the easiest country to move to? I had a brother who lived in Spain, and he's actually still living there. So for me, proximity to family in Spain as well as to the UK, just in case, anything goes wrong, we could always get back to the UK quickly. And there was a company that I booked to study English with, a London company who was based in Spain. So I was studying English intensely so that I could get a qualification to teach English. So for me, there were 2 reasons: proximity to the UK and family, and secondary, it was to study something that would add to my belt to earn some money. So those were the 2 criteria I had, and that's why I wanted to go to Spain first. You
have to make it known that Thailand was the country that I actually wanted to go to first, because whilst I understand proximity to to the UK, especially if things happened, I was thinking more about our finances. Our money would stretch further.
Yeah.
With an average living cost of under 1,000 a month, I'm like, we had like nearly 15 grand saved. I'm like, cool. Worst case scenario, we're good for at least a year.
No, I heard that. I heard all of that. But
however,
all I could see in my head was, if that's a plan, it's just holes in your pocket. There needs to be a stoppage, a blockage of the holes, and that's what the teaching English was for me.
But you still have the ability to teach. No, that's not even that, because you still would have taught English, and you would have done a course in Thailand as well. It's the same situation.
You see, I didn't look at it that in Thailand, or rather, I didn't really look at all to see if there was an option to do that in Thailand.
Of course there was. We knew this. No, we knew this. We knew that was going to be the plan regardless of where you landed.
Yes, but I didn't see any courses. I didn't do any research to see any courses.
Because generally I'm the one that does the research.
Well, that is true too. You didn't present me with it.
I don't know that that's true. Hello, we're talking about over 7 years ago, so I think your memory may be a little lacking right now.
Nope, not happening.
Anywho. So we ended up, I think we went with the south of Spain, Malaga to be exact.
Yeah.
I assume because, warmer climates. I remember doing research and reading that Malaga had over 300 days of sunshine. So yeah, you know, when you're coming from the UK, that's very important. And I remember one of the things when we landed, first of all, it actually wasn't as warm as we thought it would be.
No, it wasn't.
And the clothes that we packed
Not appropriate.
were not
I remember
appropriate
it
for the
clearly.
environment at
I had
all.
a very thin short sleeve shirt.
It was cold.
It was cold. I had to go to the store to buy something.
It was cold. We did not pack appropriately. Sunshine.
And the nighttime is really
is
chilly.
freezing. Sunshine
Oh my
doesn't automatically mean warm.
No, in the morning it is cold.
And this was March, so it was, you know, kind of early spring.
Yeah.
And I think we misjudged that.
Yeah. When I had to leave out to go to class, and it was misty. It was cold and misty. I'm thinking to myself, I left the cold for the cold. This is not right. And it slowly warmed up. It didn't warm up just like, you know, like Ghana, you see a little mist and then in like 30 minutes back.
Yeah, no.
Or like
it
here.
It stayed chilly.
It stayed chilly for like 2-3 hours straight.
Yeah.
And that was a big
chilly.
shock.
It was. Definitely, we didn't plan accordingly for the climate.
Well, we didn't
at
know.
all. But we did love Malaga.
Oh,
We
gosh, I
fell
love
in love with
Malaga. Oh,
Malaga.
my
It's such a cool place to live. You know, you've got the marina, you've got the beach. However, because it was cold, it meant that we didn't really utilize the beach much. We'd go and visit, but you wouldn't be able to get in the water.
I didn't see no sand. So I'm
It
happy
was
I
a
didn't.
rocky. It was a
Yeah,
rocky.
that's not beach.
It was a rocky
That's
beach.
not a beach.
So not warm enough to like go into the water
That's the right word.
at all. But yeah, you had there was a lot of architecture.
Oh yes, beautiful.
What was the place called?
Gilbafaro.
Not Gilbafaro. Alcazaba.
Alcazabar. Yep, Alcazabar
Yeah,
Mountain.
the
was built
not
by
the
the
mountain.
Moors.
It was the
Castle,
castle. Yeah, that was built by the Moors.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was beautiful. And just learning about the contribution that the Moors made
They built
to
the whole
Spain and Europe.
the whole architectural was done by
Which
them.
we learned about the Moors through our Black History Studies course. So to actually be in a location and walk where they walked,
Yeah,
that
special.
was very fulfilling.
that was special. I remember just walking the streets and just feeling like
Our
my
people
ancestors,
were here. Yeah, that was.
their 10
we loved
toes
that.
laid this, and I'm walking on it.
Yeah, that was special.
Yeah,
That was very, very special.
I can still remember that now.
So yeah, we love the south of
I
Spain.
love Malaga, man.
It was very chill, very, you know, it's a tourist town, so.
But, pardon me, one of the other reasons why I love Malaga is, although this was our first stop, it was the first country that I clearly saw they still respected Sunday as family day.
Oh yeah.
Oh my
yeah, that's
gosh,
true.
that felt so
yeah,
good.
you couldn't go shopping on Sunday.
No.
And or even is the Sundays that they respected, and the fact that they stopped and had siestas during the day as well. Like, you know, if you wanted to go out and get something mid-afternoon, a lot of the shops would be closed, and you had to really drill that into your mind and understand that siestas throughout our whole time in Spain, we experienced that. Probably, I would say even more so when we went down to stay with your brother and his family in Sevilla. That place literally shut down completely.
There's nobody outside. There's no one outside.
Spain was the place where we first started to change our way of eating and our diet.
Yeah.
You know, this and more embraced the Mediterranean diet, where it's like you eat kind of heavier earlier during the day
and lighter during the evening.
And you eat light in the evening, and we kind of stopped eating like carbohydrates mainly in the evening because they would just pick.
And that
like,
leads
tapas.
But that also leads naturally into the way in which they eat. They eat in a communal family style. Everyone comes together, so they bring in toys, they bring in games. The kids are leaving the house at 9 p.m., 10 p.m. I remember seeing kids open the door and they left. I'm like,
it's 10 p.m.
Go to your bed. And I remember some grandmas and granddads on the tennis court.
It was beautiful.
It
was beautiful.
What kind of dimension did I step into? I like this.
it's very
It was
family,
wholesome.
very family oriented.
Very wholesome. So I love that.
Yeah, we really leaned into going out more in the evenings.
Yeah.
You know, whereas I feel like in the UK, in the evenings,
Well,
it's
it's-
like get home,
yeah.
wrap up.
Wrap up.
Whereas in Spain, it's like everybody's out. And again, throughout the whole, you know, whether we were in Sevilla, Malaga,
just Spain.
in the islands,
Yeah.
like it was
Spanish
the same
speaking
thing.
countries,
Yeah.
that's how they work.
Out in the evenings, you go out. That's when the day starts.
They socialize, and I love that.
Yeah.
And I think that they have a good idea behind a balance, rather, behind work-life balance. That was beautiful. They go to work, they come back. All right, then we're gonna go out and meet up
Well, take a
families
break.
and
You
friends.
said you go to work, you take a break in between. So what would happen is, especially, and we embrace this more when we went to go live with Kamari and
He
family.
came from school to sleep.
Yeah, like literally, it's like you start your working day, you know, like 8, 9, and then he would come home at like 1,
Yeah.
and it's like we have lunch, and it's like cool, everyone go nap.
Yes.
Like it literally, you stop, and it kind of coincided with like Taji. Taji used to nap.
Yeah.
We used to go sleep at like 2 p.m. I went, what? But it made sense. It made sense. Nap, and that was till what, like 4:35?
Yeah, because he had to leave to go back to work
And then he'd go back to work,
until about 8 o'clock.
and then 8, 9,
Yeah,
going up to 10 is when we'd have dinner,
yeah, yeah.
or we'd go outside.
Yeah, it was beautiful.
So different.
It was beautiful, people.
Loved it.
So if you're interested in, you know, a slower pace of life, one that respects the balance between work and living and actually connecting with people, the Spanish-speaking countries tend to have that, and that is also why, you know, unconsciously I chose it.
And why it ended up being one of our favourite countries, you know, and
Still
I guess
is.
the fact that, yes, it was our first, but we genuinely had a lovely time, even despite some random things that happened while we were there.
Random.
But yeah, we ended up really loving our time there. All right, so let's quickly dive into kind of average cost of living. It's hard to say because we had some really different experiences. We actually did a workaway experience, which is a whole nother story.
That's another one.
Which is where a workaway is where you do an exchange program. In exchange for free accommodation, you do some work, you know,
We'll talk
around the
about
house
it
or
another time.
yeah. But so we didn't pay. I'm saying that to say that we didn't spend on accommodation throughout our whole time.
Yeah.
But it's a tourist town, so
It's Europe.
yes, it's Europe. So yes, it is more expensive than a lot of other places. I would say kind of maybe very slightly more affordable than London.
Slides.
Very slightly. I think
Slight.
our accommodation, we were spending maybe an average of like 1,000 to 1,500 a month. So yeah, just very slightly under. Groceries, same as the UK. Really, I would say I don't think there was
Good
any
produce, though.
changes. Much better
Good
produce.
produce.
It was the first time that I saw seeds in cucumbers. I didn't know seeds in cucumbers was a thing till we landed in Spain.
And
So
this
I
is
was a
like,
whole
wow.
adult before I knew that was a thing. So yeah, definitely much better produce. But yeah, I say very slightly cheaper.
They were
than
quite
London.
kind as well, because
Beautiful
I
people,
spoke
yeah.
less than 10 words of Spanish, and I have a picture, you should put it in, where you're like, so we need fruits, go. Literally, go. And this will coincide with our later videos, but what I know is that people are more, they're kinder than what it's put on in the media. Because I remember using my hands a lot, and I pointed a lot at things like,
Yeah, you have to.
it's like I learned the words before I came out of the house. How do you say price? How much is this? I learned cuánto. I pick up the apple, cuánto. It's like, oh, and I showed her my money, and it's like,
Yeah.
they were very accommodating. Very.
Definitely that. And even I remember a time I think you were out and I needed to go and buy some chicken or something, and I didn't know how to say chicken at the butcher's. And there was a lady behind me, and she didn't speak no English, so she couldn't really help me either. But she tried, but she made the effort, and she went out of her way to try and help me. I was looking for wings. I think that's why it was so challenging to get it. So yeah, we definitely had good experiences.
Good sangria.
great sangria, being melanated in Spain. I don't remember, a lot of people, if you Google being black in Spain, it will convince you that you shouldn't ever go, not even to visit.
Well, I had zero negative experience.
I don't want to say necessarily zero. It's not racist experiences, but I do remember one time we were in Sevilla and we were with what's her name? We were with Sylvia, and it was us women, and we took the girls to the toilets, and someone came out. One, it frustrated me because this woman came out the bathroom and she ruffled her hands through Aria's hair. Without washing her hands, by the way, might I say, she did not wash her hands, and she ruffled her hand through Aria's hair, and I was like, wait, obviously her mom's there, innit? So I'm like, it's not really my place to say, but I wanted to say something. Her mum didn't. This is one of the only things I have found about like Spanish-speaking countries is they're so polite, and they will, when they feel something, like they will hold back. Like they don't complain much. But I was like, I wanted to say something. I was like, how dare you? And the fact that you didn't even wash your hands, and Sylvia didn't say anything.
Nastiness,
so I'm like, Sam, that's your mum, innit? Like if your mum ain't gonna say anything, then
I'm sorry.
I guess I'm not.
Full out Jamaican.
But I was like, is that just okay? Is that accepted? But yeah, there was the same time when we came out the bathroom, she said that there was a couple of women that commented on Aria's skin tone. Aria's mixed race, and so they commented on her skin tone. They said something about her skin tone. But that was the one and only time I can say that we had any interaction, and that wasn't necessarily us. Like I said, Aria is our niece. That was the one and only time I remember any kind of exchange about the color of our skin.
And now you say that, Kamara did mention something. That's my brother. If you're watching this, what's up, man? He did mention something, because as children grow up, depending on where they're growing up and the environments that they're in, they will come to this identity point where if they don't see themselves, the representations of themselves in the communities and around them, they're going to ask questions. And other people and other kids are going to be kids. I believe that kids are assholes.
Can be, definitely can be.
Assholes. None of them is different. We are all assholes. If you're a good kid, you're still an asshole. Anyway, they will come to an identity point where I guess this crisis happens because of the lack of representation and others around you. It's a lot of work when you are not in a community or an environment to find those communities and environments and find the time to then engage in those, so you can have your child build up and see the reference and the identity in themselves and others. So I remember my brother, he said that she was going through a lot, and she was asking questions, and like, why am I a lot more darker complexion? Why are people looking at me a certain way? Why are they saying certain things? And so this goes down to building the child's foundation from in the house. Challenging, but it's a worthwhile cause, and it is very challenging, especially as a parent when you're working and doing all this stuff.
It's something now that I would say that we've started to have conversations about living here in Mexico. Because Taji does have questions sometimes as well, and it's like sometimes we're like, do we need to move to an environment where she can be more surrounded by more people that look like us? So it's definitely something.
It's another topic I need to focus on for those of you parents who have children who want to move to another country where it's not a black majority. Exactly, because that happens from our experience between the age of 6 to 9. That's what happens. That's those specific age groups.
So that's something that we're considering, and we'll have further conversations about that as well.
From a traveling point of view, I didn't personally experience anything untowards, looking at me, being prejudiced towards me, or anything like that. It was very accommodating.
Nothing.
I loved it. I didn't walk around like I walked in London being anxious, looking over my shoulders. I,
No.
of course, I'm vigilant, but
I was going to say, even when we were in Sevilla, where it's a lot more traditional
Villagey.
and yeah,
villagey, say as it
and
is,
it
it's
wasn't
villagey.
as we visited the tourist part, but we stayed more in the village
Where local people are
it's
living.
local people,
And
we
they're
still
Spanish.
had something
Oh
else.
gosh.
But we still had a great time.
Yeah.
It was still. My only thing is, I felt there wasn't so much to do.
There's nothing to do, it's a village.
There wasn't so much to do,
It's a
so
village.
I wouldn't necessarily
I
live
live in there.
there.
No.
And the heat in the summer, because we were there in the summer,
No,
the
that is
heat is insane.
No.
But would you live in Malaga?
Oh yeah, I would. I love Malaga. I would live in Malaga in a heartbeat because that's the first place where I started creating a vision in my head of how I would
What
like
life would look
my
like.
complete day would look like.
Yeah.
And I remember parts of it. I wake up in the morning, I walk down to the road, go to a cafe, get my hot chocolate or my coffee, walk up to Alcazar mountain, look over and look at the entire
It's not a
city.
mountain, it's the castle.
Castle, pardon me. And I look over the entire city, see the bull pit down below me, and that's my workout done. That's my mindset set right. Walk all the way back down, begin work. Siesta, go in the square, get something to eat, a little something.
Tapas.
A little tapas, look something, get some sangria, go back to the yard, take a little nap, go back to work afterwards, and in the evening, listen to the one guy who walks around with his guitar
With his
and
saxophone.
plays.
Oh, you're talking about
The saxophone guy, sorry,
saxophonist,
that is the
yeah.
guitar. This guy owns,
It's
he has a
the one
monopoly
that
on the
network,
entire
man.
network around the
Yeah.
square.
You can
Nostalgic
hear him
moment.
everywhere.
Oh
But
god.
yeah, and you've got the lovely square there as
Oh,
well,
yes.
which is just chill.
And the little
neat.
side roads where it was just
It's like all
artsy and little
cobbled
bars and
streets
stuff like that.
yeah, we
I
loved
would
it.
live
We loved
there.
it. We loved
Oh,
it.
yes.
And you've got that huge market.
Oh my gosh,
as
it's
well.
the best market I've actually
It's
visited.
really good, like for fruits and veg.
And
But there was
meat.
actually like
It's
little,
everything.
It was everything, but there's like little like tapas bars.
Yes, we can
as
eat
well.
as
You
well.
can sit and eat.
Yeah,
Oh,
and
it was
champagne. I saw
like
that as
champagne
well.
bars.
Yeah,
it was
you
a
go
good
in
time.
there. You don't have to leave to go out to eat. You
Yeah.
eat inside. You go and get your fruits and vegetables, get
Inside
your
the
meat,
market.
and
Yeah.
it's enclosed as well, and it's
That-
very well maintained.
And then you had the marina as
Yeah.
well.
Oh, at
to
night
enjoy.
time, and
That
the
was a lot
KFC
of fun.
is
It was
nice.
good. It was the KFC was
second to
very-
Jamaica.
And then you had the beach as well. So you
You have
had
the water.
like just different kind of environments to enjoy.
Water.
There was a lot. We never felt bored.
No, and there were events that they were putting
There
on.
was always events.
Film festival that was on
Yes,
as well.
that happened while we were there.
Yeah,
that is true.
that was amazing.
So yes, we would definitely live in
Malaga,
Malaga. We
Malaga,
loved
take a
it.
check,
I
man.
think we've talked about going back
Yeah,
as well. It's just I would say it's just the finances. It's not a cheap place.
and the ice cream
To
is
go
good, by
to.
the way, people. Oh, the ice cream is good.
So yeah, that's our take on our time in Spain.
Yes.
And if you're considering it, we definitely would say it's somewhere to think about.
Family
moving
friendly.
to. 100%.
Accommodating,
Lots of things to do.
lots of things to
See.
do. The weather I like because I like the briskness of the cold in the morning.
But just prepare for it.
Prepare for it, and then it warms up, and then at night you get a little briskness. So you can just cozy up as well.
Yeah.
So that's our take on our time in Spain, Malaga. I hope you enjoyed it. From us,
Which is why you better make sure that you're subscribed, like the
Do all of the
video,
things.
share the video so that you can be informed of whenever the next video drops. And we'll look forward to seeing you in the next one, family. Take care.
Peace.
Bye.